Voice of Nagaland News ite Hotel Saramati de aigina ase ami asopi jana ishina ekta newly married couple nimite newly married couple nimite parenthood journey to ekta milestone ase holibe achikali la scenario de sagina jaishu gule do shade shuta couple kan bacha conceive gole nimite bishi tuk pai kina aha to ami kan tiki pai ase to itu laka related te achi Seeds of Innocence kan bra initiative lugina welcome the new beginning of parenthood laga opor de ekta program organize krigina ase aru itu program de case of honor do Dr. Julie Chaucharia, clinical head and IVF specialist, Seeds of Innocence ase. To ahibi itu program la opor de olop details pra sai sao.
Moi bacha na pai gina bishi sal thai gise aro Seeds of Innocence de jai gina ita bacha duita pai ase bishi kushi pa ase.
IVF families, respected guest, Dr. Emmanuel, who is the most well-known gynecologist in Nagaland, Dimapur, and our wonderful children who have come here, our IVF babies, to this special celebration in Dimapur. Today is a day of joy and gratitude and togetherness. Every child here represents a journey of hope and perseverance, and we are honored to have been a part of this journey together. Founded in 2015 by Dr. Gauri Agarwal, Seeds of Innocence began as a vision of making advanced and ethical fertility care accessible to couples across India. Over the years, it has grown into one of the country's largest fertility networks with centers across multiple states and an expanding international presence. And in helping thousands of couples achieve their dream of parenthood. For me personally, Nagaland holds a special place. I've had a long association with this beautiful state and have been privileged to care for many couples from here over the years. The trust and affection of the people of Nagaland have shown us and helped us build a bond that goes far beyond doctor and patient. It feels like family. To all the patients present here today, thank you for placing your faith in us and allowing us to be part of one of the most important chapters of your lives. Seeing your happy family and beautiful children is the greatest reward for our entire team. Let us enjoy this wonderful occasion, reconnect with one another, and celebrate the gift of parenthood together. Thank you, and once again, welcome to the Seeds of Innocence family gathering.
Good morning, everyone. As Dr. Julie has already given you the history regarding Seeds of Innocence, I'd like to welcome everyone present here from Seeds of Innocence side. See, IVF is a very beautiful journey, and those who are not able to conceive, we with our team of Seeds of Innocence at Guwahati Center and all over India and outside India are there to help you. If you find any of your relatives or anyone who are not able to conceive, then me with my Seeds of Innocence team is there to help you in achieving your dreams of parenthood. Thank you.
We have been operating into IVF business for about 11 years now. We are present in 35 plus country, India and abroad, and delivered about 20,000 plus babies with the help of IVF, the people who were not able to conceive naturally. We are the first IVF chain in India which has in-house genetic testing lab. So we ensure not just the baby get delivered, but the baby should also be healthy and genetically fit. Now, while traveling across India to too many places, what we have seen as one of the problem across India is the accessibility to the IVF treatment. And to work in that direction, we are trying to do a lot of outreach camp and reach to the patients in the remotest part of India. So Northeast being one of the region which is progressing very rapidly, we also wanted to make sure the people from Dimapur, Nagaland and the periphery area should not have a problem which is the accessibility of IVF treatment. So towards that, what we have done is we have started doing peripheral camps wherein our doctors visit these areas once or twice in a month, just to make sure those who need the IVF treatment are given a proper counseling and are being told that this is a medical condition which is treatable. Now what happened is most of the treatment at initial part, right from the consultation, that initial blood test to checkup, that happen in your area, which is Dimapur, and patient only have to travel to our main center, which is in Guwahati, Assam, for a couple of visits to complete the treatment. Now we are also privileged to have our people who have taken a treatment from us, from our team, and now successfully holding the babies in their arms. So it is so happy to have people who have showcased the faith in us, taken the treatment through our doctor, and now today you see that the happy faces which is sitting right here. Would like to thank our doctors who have been working tirelessly along with our clinical staff, counselor, operation team, everyone, just to ensure that the patient get that comfort while taking the treatment, and whatever the dream they had about conceiving, the doctor and the team could help them to conceive. We also like to thank Dr. Emmanuel for taking out some time today and gracing us with his presence today. We are also joined by our media members. Thank you so much for coming down today. The idea of this event is to create that awareness to the people, those who find that infertility is a problem which is not treatable because of the accessibility issue. So the event was done around ensuring that these awareness should be given to the people from the areas like Dimapur and periphery, and they should have access to the treatment. Now in the same line, we have also started a program called Home IVF under Seeds of Innocence. In this Home IVF program, most of the treatment happened at the patient convenience. Patients do not have to travel frequently. They can do a video consultation with the doctor. We can send the nurse and plebo to their home just to make sure that we collect the sample, and also the injections are administered through a nursing team at their home. Patient only have to come to visit the clinic twice or thrice, that is for pickup and transfer. So at Seeds of Innocence, we always wanted to make sure that the patient should not suffer because of the accessibility issue, wherein we are trying to get to the patient to get them help achieve their dream of parenthood. And for that, the objective of Seeds of Innocence has always been to be accessible to the patient, taking care of their convenience and ensuring that whatever the dream they had, because having a child is a boon. I mean, it is one of the best happiness any couple could ever have. So in those lines, I think such event we will continue to do. We are also looking for in future an opportunity to make this treatment accessible, not just Dimapur but the peripheral part of Northeast. So I would like to thank again everyone who has come here and graced us with their presence today to make this event successful, and thank you for your trust which is being placed in Seeds of Innocence, and we continue to help people from Dimapur and Nagaland to give them the access to the treatment. So thank you everyone, and we really appreciate taking time today.
One question from my end as well. So how affordable and accessible are fertility treatments today compared to before?
It is very much affordable and accessible because see, the main cost of the IVF is the injections and the lab, and but with increasing demand, the injections are also becoming affordable, and the injections are not as painful as before. As people were very afraid of having multiple injections, nowadays it is mostly subcutaneous injections, or even now new needle-free injections have also come in the market, where for patients who are afraid of taking multiple shots of injections, and needle-free injections are also available. And with growing time, I think as and when more and more increases, demand will increase, I think the cost of injections will even further, decrease. But yeah, most of the, it is very much accessible and affordable as compared to before now.
I would also like to add one more point, especially in the case wherein people feel that IVF treatment is very expensive. But again, there are a couple of factors which is depend on the cost of IVF. So it is the complexity of the case. So I'll tell you, in our case, which is at Seeds of Innocence, we don't just do IVF treatment in a very first go. When a doctor speaks to a patient, we first try and identify the root cause as to why someone is not able to conceive. We try and help them with natural conception as well. So there are other treatment which is not as expensive as IVF. There are IUI which is as affordable as 10,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees. So we try and look at the case in such a way that not everybody require IVF treatment. We try and tailor-made that so people can start just with the IUI wherever it is required. IUI also has a success rate of 15 to 20%. And in our case, doctor will only recommend IVF when it is necessary and the treatment has been delayed for so long. So from an affordability, patient can start their treatment first do the consultation, figure out what is the cost involved in it. Also, one more thing, we have done the association with some of the bank, wherein you can avail the zero cost EMI option. So instead of paying that IVF cost of some 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh in one go, they can make a treatment in installment wherein they just pay 5,000, 10,000 per month, and that too without any interest rate. So this is the another facility we have here at Seeds of Innocence.
How confident are you that you can help the desired couple achieve the perfect child without any mental or physical despair? And what makes you different from the other IVF agencies?
I would have
Yeah. So first of all, when a couple comes to Seeds of Innocence, we understand the case first. We make them undergo the test. We do take the history and whatever is required for a patient to be done. All those are done, and then the treatment is individualized for that particular couple. Okay, so as Mr. Yashpal rightly mentioned that we don't advise IVF or something, the major treatment directly if the patient does not require it, because there are indications for IVF and there are indications for natural conception and there are indications for IUI as well. So for each patient, each couple, it is individualized according to what is required for them. And as you have asked, how do we ensure they have a natural, healthy baby without any genetic issues, is that if there is a history or of any genetic diseases in the family, or if the age of the mother is high, which leads to aneuploidies in the offspring, like Down syndrome. So in such patients, we advise to do a pre-genetic implantation testing, wherein the embryos which are formed after IVF undergo testing to know that there is no genetic abnormality in the embryo to be conceived, so that we get a healthy baby, so that the mother doesn't have to take the decision of whether to continue with the pregnancy if there is aneuploidy, tested in the baby during the scans or the later part of the pregnancy.
Most of these are, so when we talk about USP as to how Seeds of Innocence is different from the other center, like we have clearly mentioned, most of the clinic, when they approach IVF as a treatment, they approach it from the lenses of keeping that in mind that the patients who are seeking for an infertility treatment, they need to have an affordable treatment. So one of the things which we have already mentioned, that especially people from the remotest area, they should not be deprived of the treatment because of the cost of IVF treatment. In this case, what we have done is we made it so affordable for people. We are far cheaper in terms of IVF treatment cost compared to other. The only reason we could achieve it is because we want to ensure that all the treatment needs to be customized basis the test result. So this was one of the approach we have adopted, wherein make a tailor-made approach for each case. So that's how we are different. Second, what we have mentioned, how are we different from any other IVF center is, every IVF which we do, we want to ensure, and it is a vision of our founder Dr. Gauri Agrawal, that each baby which is happening through IVF needs to be genetically fit. And by virtue of having an in-house genetic testing lab, we ensure that all the cases which are coming to us, we ensure that these cases there is no genetic abnormality, and all the babies are born through IVF has to be genetically healthy. That's another thing. And third thing, as a USP, I said, most of the IVF treatment people needs to travel many times. But in our case, people can take that treatment, which is initial set of treatment, up to their stimulation by convenience at their home, and they only have to visit main clinic for twice and thrice for their treatment. So these are three different things we can talk about. There are other which is also about when our counselor talking to a patient, they also give them a psychological counseling just to make sure, because the IVF treatment journey is a difficult journey. So there has to be someone who needs to handhold the patient during the entire journey. So there is one dedicated counselor who is given to a couple just to make sure during that IVF journey, not just till the pregnancy but also till delivery, there is someone taking care of that, talking to them psychologically, giving them the comfort which is required. So that's how Seeds of Innocence is different from the other IVF clinics.
First of all, congratulations. Very happy for you. So, आपने हम भी journey कितना शुरू हुई है with Seeds of Innocence?
2024 day.
2024. और किमान देरी हुई है आपने भी conceive कर बोला है?
2 महीना इन्हें.
अच्छा तो डॉक्टर्स खान भी अपने खान के इधर गुवाहाटी रे आई भी कोई ना इना करशे. अच्छा और बच्चा किमान साल আছে?
এতিয়া 2 साल हुआ
তাই আছে?
দুইটা
twins 2024 ডে twins okay আৰু ইটো আপনি খান ইটো প্ৰেফাৰেন্স তো ইটো দিছে twins লাগে কই না নহলে
একো কোৱা নাই
okay
আৰু মই বাচ্চা নাপাই কিনা বেছি সাল থাকিছে আৰু Seeds of Innocence দে যাই কিনা এতিয়া বাচ্চা দুইটা পাই আছে বেছি খুশি পাই আছে আৰু তাখান বি বেছি ভাল আছে.
আপনার এক্সপেন্ডিচার কিমান নিশনা যাইছে ইনি
expenditure
ইনি টোটাল
3.5 ইনে যায়.
Thank you.
তো viewers আপনি আমরা ইদো সেমিনার লাগা উপরে ডিটেইলস প্রাস হুনি দিছে গতে ডক্টর আমি আনকে জানাই দিছে দেট আকিটিভি কোয়ানিশনা parenthood laga journey do ekta married couple nimide ekta milestone ase holiba achekali sagina jashi guli do beshipak married couple kan bacha conceive kuli na barigina tahan tukpa nolibi alak jaga di jagina treatment lo do ami kan tiki pai ido nimide doctor ra ami anke janai di shedet juti couples kan kun bacha conceive kuli na pare tahan ido Seeds of Innocence de ido treatment lo shi kuli do apni kan tahan laga main center do Guwahati de ase holiba apni kan Guwahati de na jagina ido blood samples to Dimapur de logina blood test to Dimapur de logina itu blood samples to Guwahati de potaigina further treatment karni Guwahati de jawole paro kena bi amen ke janai dishe aru doctor ra amen ke janai dishe that itu achikali married couple kan itu bacha conceive nokra laga main cause no dibi main reason to late marriages shadi diri kura nimide no dibi amikan laga lifestyle factor no dibi kishim bimar ola nimide ase ko ina amen ke janai dishe aru driver amen ke janai dishe that itu Seeds of Innocence de itu treatment lowly nimide bi iman costly no hoy ara chuti apni khan idu treatment wala mun chaise holibe apni khan puisa nai gushuguli bi installment basis tv dibule paru kuina men ke janai dishe aru idu kala noi kina doctor amen ke janai dishe det apni khan idu Seeds of Innocence bidor da apni khan idu IVF laga treatment loise gushuguli to each patients kan ge ta kan ekta consultants divogse aru idu consultants kan do idu pacha delivery no hatak idu patient ke ta kan pra phalra sabok kuina bi amen ke janai dishe to idu laga opor khobor iman taki ase arena news aru update jani tegli sai degibe Voice of Nagaland news. This is your reporter Moilong Pom reporting from Dimapur.